All right, this video is about the island strum pattern and the test we're going to do. So our island strum pattern is written twice up here. You'll see it says down, dash, down, up, down, up. And then this bar line right here, I wrote it a second time and I wrote repeat. The reason for that is in your test, you're going to do each of these chords twice. So some of us just read it better if we see the whole thing and then we change chords and then we do the whole thing again and then we change chords. So there you go. Our chord pattern is going to be C, G7, F, and C, and I did write how to play them and where your fingers go. So let's review that first. C major is going to be third finger on the third fret for C. G7, you're going to put your first finger on your E string for F, the letter F, and then two fingers on either side of that on the C string and the A string in the second fret. That makes your G7 chord. There we go. And then your F chord, you're going to lift up these two. First finger stays put. Second finger adds in the A minor right there. So that is an F chord. And then we go back to C on third fret. There we go. C, G7, F, C. So before you start playing an entire strumming pattern and trying to do chord changes, make sure that you can get to these chords quickly and easily. C, G7, F, C. If it takes you a while to find G7, you may need to take some time repeating just C to G7 and make them lock in place faster. What you should have when you go from C to G7 is your first finger will put down first and your second two will put down simultaneously. We want these two to lock in place together. 1, 2, like that. Not 1, 2, 3. If we have to move each finger individually, you're going to lose time, and that's not good in music. So practice going from C to G7 to F and back to C. Notice that I'm rotating my wrist when I get to G7. So right now my fingers are parallel with my frets and I can stretch them straight across, right? That's where I'm going to be for C and for F. C and F both have it straight across here. But when I get to G7, because I have to share my second fret with two fingers, I'm going to rotate my wrist up a little bit so that I can place them more accurately. If I have my wrist down, it wants to go in the third fret, and that's not good. Okay, so rotate your wrist for G7 and back down for F. So watch it goes. C, G7 rotates the wrist, F puts it back, stay there for C. C, G7, F, C. All right, back to our strumming pattern. You're going to use your right hand only for a second, so we can just do open strings. And we're going to play our down, down, up pattern. Notice that every time there is a dash, that is, we're leaving something out. So every time you have a strumming pattern, you should have the same number of items in a measure as you would like eighth notes in a 4/4 measure. So right now there are 8 things. And that's because we have our 1, 2, 3, 4 beats in a measure. And in between those 4, we're bringing our hand back up to start again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that becomes down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And my hand keeps a steady pace. If this is hard for you, take your hand away from your instrument, look at it in the air, and just make it do a little karate chop. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then say the pattern as you're doing this motion consistently. There's no pause, there's no holding on. It just goes up and down over and over and over again. Down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. All right, put that on your instrument, just no chord right now, or you can choose a chord. And you've got down, down, up, down, up. So what happens is sometimes my hand is doing a motion, but it's out here away from the instrument, and sometimes it's close and it's playing. So we'll see down, and then it's away, right? It's away. Down, up, it's all together. and then away, up, down, up. That whole pattern slowly is down, down, up, down, up. So by saying it, we're encouraging our hand to only touch the strings on those particular rhythmic pattern beats. So try that over and over again until you get it. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Say it as you play it. Tell your hand what to do. The more you speak it, the stronger the impulse from your brain to your hand is going to be. And then you're going to do this entire pattern twice as it's written here per chord in the chord progression. So we're going to start with C major. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, G7, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, F, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. All right, that's the whole test, is being able to play that without any pauses. Often what I see is we get C major, pretty good, and then there's this moment of panic where you don't know where G7 is. So while you're playing this, and your right hand is finally figuring out what it's supposed to do without you thinking about it, like actively thinking, it's on autopilot, that's when you should start thinking about where your fingers are going to go here. So it's a good idea to start this looking at your chord, make sure your chord's in the right place, check your hand, let it do its thing, shift your gaze back up here, and aim with your mind and with your fingers hovering for G7. So as I'm playing this, I'm thinking about this, right? So the last couple strums, I'm already ready. Try it. C, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, G7, down, up, down, thinking about F, thinking about C, see? So really, this section right here is where you're gonna think about your next chord, okay? The last half of the second measure, you're already thinking, what's next? Where am I going with my left hand? And hopefully your right hand has figured out its strum pattern and it's going on autopilot so that you can think about your left hand. If it's not working, separate the two. Practice just your left hand going from chord to chord, chord, C, G7, F, C, back and forth. And then practice just your right hand doing the strum pattern. When they know their jobs separately, put them back together. All right, guys, good luck.